Hey friends and family, it's Brittany here. So after a long waited time, I'm actually going to do my fertility smoothie recipe that I do every morning, even when I'm working really early. So what I'm going to do is just go over what I put in, why I put it in, and show you the end result. So, but there's not one way of doing this. I mean, you can definitely look up what's good for fertility and then put it into your smoothie. This is what I do, and that's something that works for me and from my research. So here we go. So I try to make sure I get as much antioxidants into me as possible, just because I want to get rid of those free radicals. So I get a mixed berry blend. I get organic. I've been doing this for a couple weeks now. I really am just trying to get as organic as I can that I will, I can possibly afford. And I do the best I can, but I like berries because it is great in antioxidants. This one has blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. I got it, from the store, and I also got some strawberries because I know that this one, for some weird reason, doesn't have it. I would think that they would put that because it is a berry, but what are you gonna do? Maybe it's not enough room. So I wanted to add that in just so I could have all the berries. So that's pretty much my base. That will pretty much fill up this little cup on my Ninja. And then for taste, I will use a banana. Usually I use much more riper bananas. I think hopefully this should be okay. This one is also organic, and I feel like with bananas, I know it's a peeling fruit, but I mean, I just want to be careful as much as I can not to get any of the bad stuff in me. So I mean, either non-organic or organic bananas are, I feel like, okay, but if they happen to be in the store where I shop, then I will grab them, and they're not that expensive. So now I do put a number of powders because I want dark leafy greens. And sometimes I use the fresh kale that we're growing on the side of the house. But I do have some powders that I've gotten, and I'll just go number them what I actually put in. So I first put in kale powder. I do like this brand, but I try different brands. And I put about like half a tablespoon to a whole tablespoon, just depending on how much I'm filling this up, really. And then I put in avocado powder. I like avocado powder. It's just really good for fertility, and I hear it every which way on that. So I definitely wanted that, and it's just so hard to get organic, fresh avocados here without it getting bad. Avocados are just so tricky to keep. So I thought it'd be easier to use powder. I also have spinach powder. I put it in this used protein powder that I had because I had just such a big bag of this brand, so I thought it would just be easier, and I just put it into this. So there's a big old powder from like here down. So this is spinach powder. I also use beetroot. Beetroot powder has nitric oxide in it. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I'm bad at that. And it helps with blood circulation. So I definitely put this in. It's so nutritious, and I know just a lot of fertility experts rave on that. And then I use organic wheatgrass powder. I like it because it's a detox, and I just really want to get all the bad stuff in while just sucking up all the good stuff. So wheatgrass is definitely good for fertility as well. And then at the end of my vegetable regime, I use broccoli powder. That one's, if I have it, I have it. I don't, it just depends. But I know I personally do not like broccoli as much as I really want to, because I know how good it is for us. I just cannot eat it unless I put it in a smoothie, because I can't eat it cooked or raw or anything. I tried it. It doesn't help if I'm gagging on it. So I thought it would be good to use broccoli powder. And then the last thing that I use in my drink, because I'm having all these fruits and veggies, where am I getting the protein? I do put a little bit of bone powder, bone broth powder, collagen, and gelatin, which are all good for fertility. I personally like this brand. If you guys want to see it, it's something good. I actually contacted them just to make sure they're testing for heavy metals, and they do. So they did actually give me sent me the little paperwork just kind of indicating that they do test for heavy metals. That's important. So definitely, if you're using another protein powder, call the source and ask them for their testing of heavy metals. Although I'm not completely married to this, so I might try some other things that I know some other fertility experts recommend. So I'm going to kind of use this up and then just maybe try different things. So, and I know what you're asking in terms of all these like vegetable powders. I know there's like, you're asking, why don't you just use like one little thing of all the little vegetable powders? Because I know that they make them. Here's the thing. In terms of fertility, I'm sure all those powders are really great. I just know what I want specifically in this that I know helps with fertility. The other stuff, the powders and stuff like that, I'm just not sure of. And I don't know how I'll react to it. So in my head, again, I have to do what I'm doing. This is just what I feel and what I'm comfortable with. I want specific greens in my smoothie. So spinach, kale, wheatgrass, and then the beetroot, which is obviously not green, but it's still a veggie. It's just specific things I want for me that I want specifically in here that I know will help. And I just don't want to get too busy with the other stuff. I just kind of want to control it. I guess because infertility is just, you don't have much control. You do the best you can with what you have, but at the end of the day, it's kind of out of your control. So I guess maybe in a sense, this helps as well. So, and as far as the liquid I put in to mix everything, I can use either purified water or filtered water, or I will use almond milk. It just depends if I actually have this and I've gotten it. I used to get a different brand, but I was at the store that I usually don't go to for this, and just decided to pick up the store brand. So just some unsweetened almond milk. I don't like the sweetened, so I try to get no added sugar, like literally no added sugar. And I've been trying to just kind of use the vanilla unsweetened almond milk, just kind of, I don't know, make it a little bit more creamier in my head. So that's what I put in my smoothie. I would love to know what you guys put in your smoothie, and we can maybe take notes from each other. I will show you the end result, so give me a minute. Okay, and here's the end result. I think it mixed pretty well. I try to put more liquid in it just so that it will be a little looser. I personally think it really tastes good, but there are times, depending on the ratio of fruit to powders and depending on how much liquid you put in, could change the taste and the texture. But even if it maybe doesn't taste the greatest, or like an actual shake, if that's what people are going for, I make it to work, not necessarily taste good. But that's why I put a little bit of banana in it. One, because from my research and from what I know from school, it actually does help with fertility as well. But it also I love the taste of it in a smoothie, and it just really masks the powders, because I know powders themselves don't taste the greatest, at least from my experience. So here is the end result. I personally like the vibrant color, and that's why I love using berries, because it just really lets out that beautiful purple color. And I know this is just chock full of good stuff. As I said, I do this every morning, and it keeps me filled up and kind of get ready for the day, even in the morning. So I'm happy with it, and I know it's doing me a lot of good. So I hope you enjoyed my fertility smoothie. Again, I would love to know what you guys do. Maybe I could try that as well. I'm always up to trying new things to help myself. Please stay tuned for new videos on my daily diet and our leading up to ovulation, and hopefully we'll be getting pregnant again this time following miscarriage, and I love all the support. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.